I hate you.
I'm so excited. Oh, man.
Found him.
Yeah,
Didn't jump.
yet.
I might make him.
Me too. I think I'm gonna go with that pumpkin spice still.
I was like, don't you eat my chocolate chip.
I'm not eating that.
Hi, we're Joe and Lisa. This is Night Talk.
Yeah,
A little different.
I guess that's what we are.
This is really weird. I don't want to eat this now because
Just eat your fucking pickle, okay?
Okay.
Just... Decisions have consequences.
Yeah, they do.
You know?
I didn't say I was ready.
Oh,
It's a beautiful day.
I was getting ready to say that.
Well, take the words out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do about it? Yep.
Huh. Good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you know why I'm saying good?
No, tell me why.
Our experience.
Which one? Oh. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. You don't make me say jack shit.
I'm not talking about that one now.
Well, just in general, I say what I want to say.
Well, I will say thank you for, well, I'm not very happy with you that you read my notes, but
Sorry.
Thank you for doing that, because I feel like that was a very that was a great thing.
Yeah. You want to tell me which ones I didn't?
Many. Many. But
I mean, I told many people I want feedback, good and bad, so that includes yours.
No. I think you all were great.
Good.
Lexi did a great job.
Yes, she did.
I did get a little annoyed with the things that were said. And I was like,
no, I told you I would find a replacement if you pissed me off enough.
she's right. Remember, I did say that there is a job opening on the old LinkedIn for a podcast co-host. You didn't say which one, though.
We did not.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I'm on the chopping block next?
No, I was.
Does it mean I'm on the chopping block next, is what I said.
Maybe.
Well, shit.
But I will say, thank you all for doing that. For real. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Not that I wanted you all to, but you know, I appreciate it.
Ask and you shall receive.
That's true. Ask and you shall receive.
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason why anything with me made me get a different stance on the whole thing was because when a certain thing happened after that, I saw how much it hurt you, knowing how much it was going to hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing your reaction was like, okay, maybe I'm in the wrong here.
I am so confused right now.
I'm cold, bruh.
And you didn't bring a winter jacket?
No. I am hoping for better weather. Luckily, this was still in my truck. So.
Just FYI, we're not professionals.
No, we're not.
We're going to say that now. We have two sayings now. We are not professionals. We're not a sports podcast. And then the thing we say at the end. So 3. I can't count.
That's okay.
What's what you're here for?
Mm-hmm. But seriously, like, just want to say thanks.
You're welcome.
Just want to say thanks. And I want to say thanks to Lexi, who doesn't even know me.
No, she doesn't.
Don't know me. Just raw.
This was the second time y'all met.
Yep. And the first time don't really count because she was getting married.
She was. So her mind was on other things.
Right. So, you know, that's just someone hearing something from a other particular person, not knowing anything.
Exactly.
So, like, you know.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do is going to be a little different this time around.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this whole podcast thing a little different for the next 3 episodes we're about to do.
Yeah, because we teased a little bit last night.
We did. Apparently with a sex tape. The Instagram story was fantastic because it cut right off when she said, is it going to be a sex tape? And like it just cut off on the Instagram story. So if you haven't seen it.
No, like I said that. And then you go, oh shit. And then it cuts off.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect time.
I know, right?
Perfect timing. But we're gonna do a different kind of episode. I'm eating a cookie while trying to do this.
Yeah.
Maybe I am professional. But
I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut with what just popped into my head. My intrusive thoughts will not win.
Okay. I know what you're thinking.
Shush.
I do.
I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
Shush.
So, the next 3 episodes are going to be something different. We did say in that little promo we did, we're going to talk about God. And we're going to lead up to it in the 3rd episode of this little mini-series that we're doing. But I really want you all to tune in because I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts. And like I said, I want you to prove me wrong. Because I don't know if I'm right.
Yep.
So prove me wrong. With factual information, not lies and this is what I think, even though I don't have anything to back it.
Correct. That's why anytime that you say something that I know is not truth, I make you give me facts. And I make you back it up. And you're like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, we can come back to this conversation when you provide me with factual evidence. Or when like you're talking about like scripture. And I'm like, no, tell me exactly where.
Yeah.
And we don't ever really come back to those conversations, but that's okay.
No. So prove me wrong with my philosophy on this. In the 3rd episode. The 3rd episode, because that's when we will discuss God. The next 2, I'm going to talk about experiences I have lived.
Correct.
In the last
3 weeks, 4 weeks.
No, just last week. Well, during the entirety of the videos.
Yes.
I will tell about my personal life that I don't ever do on here.
No, you don't.
No, I do not. So, we are going to discuss something that happened to me 2 weeks ago, or last week. And I want you all to hear this, and I think you all are going to be rather intrigued at what I tell you. You cannot deny what I am saying is truth.
Let's hear it.
Well, like seriously, I want people to hear this.
Yes.
Like you have to hear this. There is reasons why you have to hear this. You need to find out just how truly blessed you are.
I'd agree with that.
And then you're going to find out, after you figure out how blessed you are, you're going to say, I really complain about this life?
I mean, you're touching on things.
I know. But it can't be denied.
No.
Because there's one thing about me.
What's that?
I've been doing the old Twitter machine for 14 fucking years. So no matter what, and you know this is true.
Yeah. Because I did my research on you. When I first met you. I went in FBI mode.
No matter what. No matter what.
I did. No matter what.
No matter what. It's all documented.
It is.
All of it.
And no, I don't work for the FBI.
Okay.
Or the CIA.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
No, I do not work for any 3-letter
After all these years, you think you know
That's
someone.
how we got him, boys.
You think you know someone.
You've only known me for 2 years.
I'm about to say, damn, people are fake as fuck.
No.
So, I really hope you all are listening to this one. Even if it's just the few of you that watch this. And when you do watch this, fucking share it, dude. Share this. Because I want to know what other people think. On a subject that shouldn't be controversial.
And you and I have 2 different views on it.
Yeah, shouldn't be controversial.
We have some commonality, but yeah.
Yeah, shouldn't be controversial. We're talking about God.
But even if it is controversial, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to learn to be okay with the uncomfortability.
Grow in the uncomfortability.
That's exactly it.
So, since I have a very particular journey in life.
Tell us the first thing that happened.
I know. Hold on. I'm not going into that one first.
Okay.
I'm going to do this one first.
Whatever order you want to go in, darling.
I have a very particular chance and opportunity in life to live the way I do that I am incredibly grateful for. I'm more grateful than anyone ever could be. My gratitude at this level is what I would imagine someone having a little boy for their first kid, and that sheer amount of gratefulness that they reproduced a child. That is my level of grateful for being homeless.
Okay.
So the first episode of this 3-part series is going to be what I have learned from being homeless.
Okay.
And some of you are not going to like it. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
As I've said before in a video, you never know who you're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
Surprised I'm an alien.
Me too.
Oh, shit. I find that.
Have been the whole time.
Oh, shut up.
So we're going to go in that one first. This next one we're going to go in. I will say this. Sometimes in life, certain things happen that are, without a doubt, a miracle.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And I'm just going to start it out with this. This is how I'm going to lead into the second episode about my friend in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Who, at the time,
Excuse me,
I thought she was just dealing with a brain tumor. And then I had myself into an experience I truly cannot explain how it felt, first and foremost, but just the sheer magnitude of the situation.
So that's our second one.
Oh, I'm not stopped.
I'm not stopping you. I'm just confirming
When you talk
that
like
I
that,
heard you correctly. Well, that's on you, not on me.
Whenever you say, that's our second one, you're talking about time.
No, I am not. I was just confirming things.
The underlying tone of what you said is time.
Okay, fine then. Continue. You asked me to keep you on track.
That's not how you do it. This is how I would go into the second episode, and this is how I would say this, just so you all get the sheer magnitude of this situation. How would you feel being able to meet someone you love for the second time? Imagine what it would feel like meeting someone for the first time twice. being able to give yourself to them with joy and happiness and love because you know them. Getting the chance to say and do the things you didn't the first time around. That is what my experience was like. So when you all get to the second episode, I need you all to listen to this one of my most incredible stories I have from this journey in life. And when you're done hearing that, you're going to also do something for me that we will go over in the second episode at the end of it. But you are going to think about this because the title of that episode is Sometimes Car Accidents and Brain Tumors Are Blessings.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to hear that one, trust me. Trust me, you want to hear that one. It is rather incredible, isn't it?
I was going to say yes.
I need you to get right here. Thank you.
Was going to say yes, I agree.
I don't want you to agree. I want you to say on here, you all need to hear this story.
Yeah, he's right.
Thank you.
I've only heard bits and pieces of it.
You've heard the whole fucking thing. Tell them they need to hear it. Go.
No, this is more fun to...
I need you to...
I know you need... I know.
I'm about to hit the table.
Hit the table then. You're causing me to... You're causing my brain to stop. So stop what you're doing. Because you're causing my brain to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know how that feels. I do it to you all the time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now you know how it feels.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it back to you. You're doing it
not
back to me.
stopping my brain.
Yeah, I do. I'm doing it right now.
You've done it before.
I know.
But you're not doing it right now.
Get back on track.
Say it.
He is right. Look, a man is right. You want a high five for that? You want a cookie for that?
No, I don't.
He is right. It is an incredible story that you all are going to want to listen to and tune into. Because when I heard it the first time, kind of just sat there in awe.
And then we'll go into that third episode and we'll talk about God, which is something that neither one of us ever do on this podcast. Ever.
I'm going to sprinkle it in, but yeah.
Not like this.
No, you are correct. Not like this.
Not on this level. The reason why we're splitting these up is so that way the episode isn't like monstrously long, and also so you have some backstory, you know.
So you have some context.
Yeah, so speaking of context, I was down in Nashville, okay? I had not seen you or talked to you in quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
I just said, fuck it. I'm done with this life.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's why I did an episode with Lexi, because I was like, well, don't have any idea where Joe is at, and I'm not going to not stop doing something I enjoy.
And this is where I was, and I don't care. This is how personal I'm going to get in these 3 episodes, because you were there. We've been friends for over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen me at some pretty lows.
Yes, I have.
You've also seen me at some pretty highs, but you've seen me at some lows.
Yes.
I know people think that we, fornicate, but you have never stayed with me, ever.
No.
Have you? As long as we've been best friends, you have never stayed with me. No. I've never asked you, nothing.
I also wouldn't do that.
Right.
That is out of my character to stay at, not anybody's house, but it would be out of character for me to stay at a man's house who I'm not married to.
Yeah, it would be extremely out of character for you to do that. Prior to you getting there, I was slunched over my couch, holding on to my cross necklace, and I was wailing, and I was saying, God, I'm done. I'm done. I can't handle this one. I need you to take me off the earth. I need you to kill me. Because I'm not going to do it because I don't want to go to hell. I know we've had that discussion. I don't want to do it because I don't want to go to hell. I also do not want to give up. So I am asking you to please remove me from this earth. I don't want to be here anymore. I am done with this human experience. It's not worth living. And then you showed up and saw what state I was in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was in such a bad state that you stayed with me.
It was borderline manic.
I've never been like that before, where I'm just sitting there like, okay, I'm going to be straight honest. I don't care. I'm a human being. I don't really give a shit what people think about me. I have been borderline getting ready to blow my head off.
Mm-hmm.
And I was below that. I was below it. I was like, I was below it. Here is the level I was at when I wanted to do that in Nashville. I was down here.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I called the suicide hotline the other day. Thank God that I did that. I literally started the conversation with, hey, I'm not going to kill myself. I just want that to be known. But I need to talk to you because I'm getting worried about my psychological and my psyche.
All right. Yeah, you were in a state of being that I've never seen you in.
Right. I've never been in that state before.
Mm-hmm.
And I
stayed because I was worried.
You stayed because you were worried. I was worried.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Never been there.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, you know what? I think it's about time that I choose myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's never selfish to choose yourself.
No, it is not.
Society will tell you it is. People trying to tell you how to live your life will tell you it is.
So will religion.
Religion will tell you it is. Church will tell you it is. But those people have forgotten that you are somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I am somebody. Those people that walk by, they are somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You are someone. So instead of choosing people who are not choosing you, choose yourself.
Right.
And it's wild when you choose yourself. It's kind of crazy how much life chooses you.
You're correct. So you decided to choose yourself.
I think people misconstrue materialistic life and happiness.
Yeah.
That's something I've learned from being homeless. Because straight up, when I said, I just said it a second ago, I was like, when you, I lost it already. It doesn't matter. What is going? Who cares?
It'll come back.
So I was out in Nashville, and
so you said choose yourself. Went down to Nashville.
Yeah, so I went down to Nashville, and I did have a life-changing experience with my ex-girlfriend in Nashville that I don't quite want to talk about with this whole godly thing, but I will say miracles do happen.
Mm-hmm.
Miracles absolutely happen.
Yes, they do.
You know? And she is a walking embodiment of a miracle.
That's awesome.
I've also said this before. I said, you know, I never thought in my life that I would have fallen in love with a drug addict.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the first things you told me when I met you.
But I am so grateful that I did. That'll be in our 3rd episode.
Okay. Did someone just fall in?
Yep.
None of you can see this, but behind us is obviously the river, and all I heard was a ka-thunk.
Yeah. So
that sucks.
But yeah, so
okay.
I was down there, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna go down to my favorite steak restaurant in downtown Nashville.
Hell yeah.
So as I'm getting ready to walk in, oh wait, before I get there, I'm driving, and this thought hits me. I'm like, oh my God, I feel incredible. And I went, no, because I do a lot of traveling for work. You know, I drive all over the United States. And it dawned on me. I went, wait a minute. I'm so homeless that no matter where I go, I feel like I am at home. I am at home.
Yeah.
Internally, I am at home.
Okay.
So externally, I own all of this. This is all mine. I'm always home no matter where I go.
Yeah.
So then I get to my steak restaurant, you know, I'm like walking in dressed to the nines. This is important. I am dressed to the nines. I smell good. My hair's nice.
When do you not dress nice?
I know, exactly, because you're supposed to be a fucking man. Get some pride in yourself.
When you look good, you feel good.
Yeah, that's how it goes. As I say this cloaked over with a moving blanket. So I'm walking in, and there's a homeless guy standing there. And I'm like, brave. Outside a really nice fucking steak restaurant, you know, that's brave. Yeah. So I'm walking by him, and he's like, hey man, you got $20 so I can do my laundry? And I kept walking, and I stopped. And I said, you know what? That is honesty. That is honesty. Can I have $20 so I can clean my clothes? Not, hey man, can I get $20 so I can go buy a bunch of booze and I need a quick fix down in the back end of a bar.
Straight up honesty.
Straight honesty. So I turn around and I look at him and I say, hey, you say you needed money for laundry? And he goes, yeah. I went, okay. Well, I'm going in here to eat. You hungry? And he goes, yeah, man. I went, sweet, let's go. And the joy on his face when I said to him, okay. And like we walked in, right?
Yeah.
The funniest part was the people at this high-end restaurant, you know who this guy is because he's the homeless guy who stands outside. And next thing you know, they're looking at me like, you motherfucker, you're bringing him in here?
Right.
Because I'm dressed to the nines and I smell good and I look good. And he's dressed like a homeless guy and smells like a homeless guy.
So they're not happy.
So we went up and sat at the bar. We sat at the end of the bar. You know, whatever. And we just start talking. I don't tell him anything about myself. I just start talking. Like me and you right now.
Yeah.
Because he's still just a human being.
Correct.
You know? And we were sitting there and I'm like, you know, blah, blah. I'm like, what do you want to eat? And he's like, man, do they got like chicken tenders or something, you know? And I was like, you like steak? And he's like, I've never had steak.
Yeah.
I went, okay. So when they came over to finally take our order, because they were stalling, you know, being like, I don't want them here. The lady looks at me and she goes, what do y'all want? And I looked at her, I looked at him, and I was like, he was like trying to figure out how to like order. And I went, I got you, dude. I'm like, get him a medium rare ribeye with your all's Parmesan crusted little French fries y'all have. And then I'll take the same thing except for the asparagus. Thanks.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So we start eating, and it was funny. He actually started like eating like a homeless guy. You know, they brought these like little, I wouldn't call them rolls. This is whatever they are, and like some butter and stuff.
Bread.
Yeah, just bread. He like grabs it and like puts it under the table. And he's like,
yeah.
like, you know, he's like trying to like, I'm like, dude, you're fine, man.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there talking, and started talking about fishing. Started talking about my experience down there in Nashville. And talking about my ex-girlfriend. Talking about life. Where we're at, you know.
Yeah.
He's telling me, you know, I used to do all this and I do this, and which is awful to hear because, like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you are dealt a hand, you know, like a poker game. You are dealt a hand. And depending on how you play that hand, it doesn't matter if you have two aces, a full house, or just a pair of twos.
Yeah.
Unless you know how to play the game called life.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what hand you were dealt. It all matters on your decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And your ability to look down the road on, if I make this decision here, what am I going to get down here? This guy also didn't drink anything. Like, I was like, we're sitting in the bar, and I'm like, you want anything to drink? He's like, man, I don't really drink alcohol. And I went, dude, there's nothing wrong with that.
All right.
I don't either.
You enjoy life on that.
Water. I did order sweet tea, though. You gotta splurge every once in a while, you know?
You have to have a little bit of sweet tea every now and then because you're a little sour.
Yeah, sometimes. I have full right to be. Yeah, we're sitting there talking, and he started talking about God. And I went, oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to hear this. Because this is a homeless guy.
Yeah.
By the way, before we go too far, I do not go to church. I do not like religion. To be quite honest with you, I actually fucking hate them.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you why. The only thing I've seen church and religion ever do is create divide.
Yeah.
No matter what. Every time. I, however, am definitely spiritual. So I don't go to church. I don't like religion.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care. I'm going to say it on here because I said this straight to a Catholic priest. But if I ever was to catch a Catholic priest doing something with a little boy, I would kill him right on the spot and not give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That is really far from God, by the way. Well, isn't that what it's supposed to be doing? Isn't that what? That's right? Like a preacher is supposed to teach about God?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Pretty sure little boys is not in there. Don't care, sorry. I don't fucking care. I did. I said that straight to a Catholic priest.
I know you did. I would not put that past student to not say it.
By the way, 3 years later, guess what happened?
The person was indicted with charges.
Mm-hmm. I could read that on you, motherfucker. I could read it.
So yes, you don't go to church. You're not religious, but you are spiritual.
But I am spiritual. So we start talking about God. And I'm getting his point of view on God and this whole thing called life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realize we are not that far off from each other. Now I know that I am homeless, but I'm not, completely just out of the water here. I do have a very great paying job. that I am thankful for.
You've been blessed with, yes.
Yes. I get to do things in this life that most normal people don't get to do ever. And that's including the bad and the good. That's both.
Correct.
And this is also why I say you all couldn't keep up with me, because there's no way. There's no way. You can't. I know many people who have tried.
I tried.
I know many people who can't. There's only a few that can.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to... by the way, I don't want to sound like some arrogant prick on here. Because if you're thinking that about me, you don't know me.
I was just saying, put that clarity in there.
Yeah, I'm sane. I'm right here, you know. If I was insane, I wouldn't be able to speak like this. So that's how I know I'm not insane.
Also, if Joe was an arrogant prick, we would not be friends.
Correct. Because I wouldn't be blessed with this type of woman in my life. I really wouldn't be. If I was a shithead, this woman, who is an incredibly strong and independent woman, would not hang out with me.
You are correct.
So I'm not a prick. I'm just human, dude. I'm like raw human. Like I am just human.
You're just Joe.
Trying to figure this whole thing called life out in this world, you know?
Correct.
Isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Okay. And he looks at me and he goes, you know what, man? I think it's funny how, you know, people were he was trying to tell me stuff. And I was like, you know, and I looked at him and I was like, dude, this is what you need to remember. All we are spiritual beings inside a human energy, physical life form.
Mm-hmm.
Having a human experience. No matter what your life is, that's all you are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to live this thing called life, you might want to remember that. Because why would you be destructive?
Right.
Why would you cause chaos and negativity? Why?
That's a good question.
Not to mention, what you put out, you receive. So if you have done something that has generated a lot of bad karma on yourself, you might want to start asking God to help you now.
Mm-hmm.
You might just want to start saying, God, I'm sorry, please help me. Before that karma comes back to you.
Right. So when you told him that, what did he say?
He was just like, I've never heard it put like that before. And I went, that's what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you're trying to say, dude. You just don't know how to put it. Oh, should I do the I am thing?
Mm-mm.
Not?
Mm-mm.
Okay. That's in the third episode.
Mm-hmm.
You all need to go and click on the third episode when it comes out. Even the only 10 of you that watch this. Like, whatever.
Might be 3 after these.
Might be 3 after these, you know? Might be 3. I don't care. I just want one person to hear this.
You are correct.
Just one. I want one person to hear this. That's all I want.
You're correct.
I want one person to hear all 3 of these.
Say it one more time.
I want one person to hear all 3 of these. Because I said I will prove this to you.
Mm-hmm.
You are more than welcome to prove me wrong. I actually would love if you did.
And he's not talking about me.
But it has to be factual. It can't be covered in lies. Because to think at that level, the world that you all live in, I don't participate in because it's all below my standards of living.
Right. So tell me more.
So I say that to him, you know, we're sitting there talking. I said, and then he said something to me. He was like, man, you know, being homeless, like the one thing that you learn from it is that no matter where you go, you're always at home. And I looked at him and said, holy shit, dude, I literally said that to myself on my way over here. The exact same thing.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man, that's,
Let's talk about coincidence.
Yeah, so we're sitting there talking, and I said, you know what, man? You want me to tell you what I learned from being homeless? And he looks at me, he's like, that's funny. And I looked down and went, buddy, I am actually more homeless than you are.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what I know about people. And how fucking shit they treat each other.
Right.
Imagine what I know on how fucking terrible people are to each other and themselves.
Yeah.
You all think you know what ugliness is? You need to look no further than the fucking mirror, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe learn what forgiveness is while you're doing that.
Yeah. And if anybody's offended by this episode, just gonna put it out there. If the shoe fits, the shoe fits. Like you just said, you have to look in the mirror.
You have to look in the mirror at your behavior and say, is this destructive or am I creating a positive world here? If the answer is no, then fucking fix yourself.
Right. Don't be offended easily.
You shouldn't be offended by this. We're talking about God.
Just talking about life.
Talking about life that you're living too.
Because we're all stuck on this floating rock.
Out in the middle of fucking something.
Exactly.
It's flat.
Okay. Back on point.
I wish somebody would prove that. There is some compelling evidence. That's all I'm going to say.
When you leave this side of Earth, that can be your first question. Okay.
Anyways.
Stop.
So I said, dude, you want to know what I've learned from being homeless? Homelessness is not external. Homelessness is internal.
Ooh, okay.
Homelessness is not your materialistic fucking outside world.
I can see it.
Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't fucking bitch and complain when you have a fucking house.
Yeah.
You wouldn't bitch and complain at the blessings that you have been brought in this fucking life. You would be grateful.
Yeah.
If you can't look at your life that way, maybe you should start.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with this.
Because no matter what, you said this in the last episode, you could either be fucking homeless. You could be a billionaire.
You could be a billionaire and be the most miserable person. You could be homeless and be the most happiest person ever.
True. You could be a billionaire and not have what you want in this life.
Right.
And feel empty.
It's like you said, homelessness is internal.
Homelessness is internal.
If your soul is not at peace,
you're
just wandering.
If you are keeping yourself in your fucking prison known as your head, you are losing the war against yourself.
Yeah.
You are losing. You are failing yourself. You're failing yourself if you cannot get out of your head and start figuring out that the world you are living in is not what reality is. You're just closed-minded. They should have never allowed an educated person to ever be homeless. They should have never allowed it, you know? They should have never allowed it.
Yeah. Well, I can just even think back to a mission trip that I went on, and I wrote down about it. We met homeless people in New York City when we were doing mission work, and one of the smartest people I met was a homeless guy. Like, still to this day, it's a very vivid memory. It's over 10 plus years old. And we'll never forget what Nietzsche said to us. So it's the name he went by.
Freddie D. Nashville Freddie D.
Yeah.
By the way, all of this is documented in pictures. I really did this.
Yes, you did.
If you look at the back end of one of the pictures of the people sitting at the table behind us, when I ordered us chocolate cake and fucking vanilla ice cream for dessert, both of us.
Yeah.
The look on his face of total shock and awe is unreal.
Yeah. I'm the one who pointed that out to you, yeah.
Yeah, you pointed to that. I didn't even notice. I was like, oh, yeah.
That's the thing. I look at an image, but then I'm looking at everything in the background.
Same. I just couldn't see behind me.
Well, in that moment, yeah, you weren't. But that's because you and I are two very observant people. That's why we're fucking quiet.
Yeah, I don't like to talk sometimes. Sometimes I like to listen and observe.
Mm-hmm.
You learn a lot about a person when you do that.
Yes, you do. I gave you the floor for 4 whole fucking hours the day I met you.
You were late.
No.
Yes, you were.
I wasn't.
She was. I was standing there entertaining all these drunk people on St. Patty's Day. Waiting for this person.
I communicated what I was doing.
Did I even meet you yet?
No, this is the first time we ever met.
Yeah, I didn't even met you. Yeah, I was.
You are right, I was, because you made a damn tweet about it.
Yeah, waiting on a woman.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Well, now it's the other way around. Half time I'm waiting on you.
Well, I earned it.
I will give you that.
Thank you. Thank you. I won somewhere. Finally.
I will give you that because I am higher than you spiritually. And you are still walking on that journey, as am I.
Mm-hmm.
So I will give you that.
Okay. I wonder if these people think we're nuts yet.
Don't care.
I don't care. Because I'm not insane. Because if I was insane, I wouldn't be able to speak like this.
Exactly. Openly and freely.
Yeah.
And I don't care what happens to it.
I've already reached a level of being done with this human experience.
Mm-hmm. Y'all are going to see me pop off in the 3rd episode. You only saw a tad bit of it in the last episode with Lexi. Not that you've continued. Fleeting thought.
So after we left,
yeah,
I was like, hey man, you gonna get your ride home? He's like, yeah. So we get in and I was like, I tell you what, dude, you tired? He's like, no, I'm good, man. And he had a cane and he could barely walk. I'm pretty sure he tore his ACL or MCL. I can't really tell, but it was small and he could barely walk. And he just had a cane. He couldn't do anything about it, you know. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man. So then we get to the car. I get him in the car. We start driving. And he's never been in a Tesla before. And he's like, this is incredible. Look at this. And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it? You know, turn on the seat warmers, you know, well, it wasn't even that cold, but like, you know,
still.
You know how it works.
Show them all the bells and whistles.
And I put on Spotify and he's like, dude, could you look this up? And I looked up this music he likes to listen to. Now, he's homeless, so he doesn't get to listen to music quite often.
Okay, so I was going to say, what'd you put on?
I don't remember. It was his music. I just sat there and listened. And
it's like the one thing I really want to know now.
We can probably find it somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So he then just starts like singing and just dancing, like not dancing, but you know, just moving. And just the pure joy on his face when I turned it up real loud, I was like, listen to how good the sound system is. And he just sat there and just listened. Now, he's a musician too. He plays a bunch of instruments. Yeah. He plays piano. He plays all that stuff like he does. He really does.
Yeah.
And you could just tell that he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because it's something that he doesn't ever get to do.
Right. He was like having the time of his life.
Yeah. And it's just kind of funny that people complain about, I don't know.
Complain about the littlest things or like first world problems.
Yeah. Imagine if you didn't have those problems.
Right. Well, it's like you and I have said in another episode. It's people who are sick. They only have one dream. Mm-hmm. To not be sick. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What a dream to have.
I mean, like, think about it this way. Damn it, my truck broke down. You're lucky to have a truck in the first place. Mm-hmm. Maybe you should be wiser on your purchases on your next vehicle.
Yeah.
Look at the data. see what is fixed all the time, see what breaks down all the time, read reviews, figure out where the automotive industry is and what's going on with it.
Do your research.
Do your research, and you won't have those problems.
Impulsivity is toxic for the soul.
Yes, it is.
So is rushing.
Yes, it is. It most absolutely is. So we started driving around downtown Nashville. We got the windows rolled down. We're cruising up Broadway. And I'm like, I have a video of him. And I was like, man, what do you think? And he's like, this is incredible, dude. This is incredible. I've never seen something like this. Actually, like I started flooring it in spots. And I was like, hold on, man. I'm pretty sure you've never felt something like this. And he's like, oh, okay. So I got on it and he went, oh, like he was yelling his head off.
Yeah.
He's like, this is a fucking spaceship. I was like, I know it is, dude.
Yeah. Shout out to Elon for making spaceships on Earth.
Yeah. And just the pure joy that someone got from something that they don't have.
The simplest thing.
Just riding in a car.
Exactly. Fast car.
Enjoying the moment.
Being in the moment, too.
Being in the moment. Not disassociating. Not shutting your brain off. So we're getting ready to go back. I'm getting ready to drop him off at the place where he's at. Yeah. And he then goes, yeah, man, you can drop me off there, but go down a little further. Just hit the gas again. You know, like,
yeah.
He's like, woo! And he pulled up and we get up to the thing and he's like, he's just excited. He's like, man, thank you so much. Thank you, dude. I never thought I'd ever have this experience in life. He's like, I can't wait to go back and tell the people in here about this experience tonight. He also had more steak that he ate like a homeless guy, so he ate some of it and he kept it, I was like, that's okay, dude, you do whatever you want, man. Yeah. And he looked at me and he goes, you're going to change the world. And I went, die trying, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
He went, thank you, dude. He's like, Godspeed. Have a good one, Freddie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not say his name now.
Well, you already put it out there.
I'm Freddie D from Nashville, baby.
Yeah. I was gonna say, that was the second time you put it out there, so. Yeah. It's a pretty fantastic experience that you had.
So I really hope people stop fucking complaining about nothing. And being grateful for everything.
Yep.
Because, dude, when you don't have anything, you have no idea.
Right.
How grateful you are when you get something you don't normally get. The look on that guy's face in the second How to Be Happy episode when I handed him a $50 bill.
You guys can't see it, but we could see it.
People probably typically give him a 1, maybe a 5. I gave him a 50. The look on his face was just like, thank you. Relief. Imagine the relief. Also remember, homelessness is never external. Homelessness is internal. If you are empty on the inside, if you are hollow on the inside, if you're living life as a fucking lie, you are homeless.
Yep. And it was an experience just hearing you tell me this story. Because unannounced to you, after you were telling me this story of your time down in Nashville, those are some answered prayers on my end. And that's also proof that I don't tell you everything and you don't tell me everything.
No, I'm never going to.
Exactly. Because I said it in the last episode. Men are not supposed to tell women everything. They're supposed to be providers and protectors for a reason.
My vulnerabilities have been used against me even when nothing was done.
Correct. As have mine. That's why the experience the experience that we had was on a different level. But yeah, after you and I had gotten off the phone, I was just overjoyed to hear that story. Because that was conversations between me and God.
Good.
That I've had spoken to no one. And then to hear you say things. That right there is proof to me. I've always known he's existed. But to hear you experience things of how he is true and he is real. That's just causes me joyness that it's not far and fleeting, but it's different to hear it from people and someone who was not raised like I was raised.
Imagine this. You are unhappy in your life. You are unhappy that you have children. You are unhappy that you have a wife. You are unhappy you have a husband. You are unhappy that your parents are still alive. And the reason why I'm saying you're unhappy is because you allow it to annoy you. Wait, I'm not done. You are unhappy that you have wonderful pets. You are unhappy that you get to live a life that most people don't get to live. Yours. You are unhappy with everything. But a homeless man is happier with nothing. How's that feel?
It's pretty wild.
You are unfucking happy when a homeless man who has nothing is happier than you.
Right?
Nothing. If you can't find happiness in your life, you are looking at life incorrectly. I really do hope that people are hearing this.
Me too.
I hope that people hear this. I hope that at least one watches this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we do a pretty good job.
If you thought that story was good,
just wait.
Wait till that next one.
Yeah.
Because that next one blew my mind.
It threw me for a loop.
Blew my absolute fucking mind. I was praying to God to take me off this earth so I didn't have to do it. He said, don't worry, I will blow your mind for you.
Yeah.
Should I read it again? I'm going to.
Yeah.
So for you all who've made it this far,
Thanks.
listening to this insanity, okay, good. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
The next episode, I need you all to be excited for it to come out because seriously, I need you all to hear this story. Trust me, you want to hear this story. Because how else on earth would car accidents and brain tumors be a blessing?
Right. Just that title alone, you're going to be like, the heck?
Think about it. How would you feel being able to meet someone that you love? Like your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your dog, your cat, your horse. Imagine what it would feel like getting to meet them for the second time. Imagine what it would feel like meeting someone for the first time twice. Being able to give yourself to them, the people you love, with joy and happiness, not negativity. Because you know them. It's home. It's home to you. Getting the chance to say and do the things you didn't do the first time around because you regret it.
Second chance.
Because you regret it. You regret not treating them the way you should have. That is what my experience was like. Should I throw a little tidbit about God in here?
No, we already did.
I kind of want to.
Nah, save it.
No, I want to. Following up to our third episode.
Fine, you can say it.
Going up to our third episode, just so you all come back to that third episode, because I need you to. If you do not believe in a higher power, that is fine. But please prove me wrong here. Please prove me wrong here. Do you breathe air?
Okay, I need you to say that again because...
Do you breathe air?
Yes. You said that so fast.
Is it kind of cold out here?
Yes.
Is it windy?
Yes.
So you're saying that there's air?
Yes.
Okay. If I take your cookie and throw it up straight up in the air, what's going to happen to it?
It's going to crumble. Then I'm going to punch you.
No.
It's going to move.
No!
It's going to come fucking down.
Correct. What is that?
Gravity.
Gravity. Those two things act on your body, correct?
Yes.
You feel it.
Yes.
You know it. Do you see it?
No.
Okay. You all need to come back for that third episode about God. Because if you think that is saying anything,
it's not.
That's not even close to what I am going to say about God. It's Cincinnati against the world. And we're most definitely at the fucking helm.
Yes, we are. It's cold.
It's cold. Let's go.
Turn it off.
You turn it off.
No, I'm afraid you're going to touch my cookie.
Damn it. I don't want to turn it off.
Turn it off.
I'm going. Oh. Oh.
I'm not cutting any of this.
Cutting what? Oh. Oh, I've been working out real hard. It's fucking killing me. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. Oh.